Mic check, mic check, mic check. Good? Okay.
It's a 2-minute warning.
Good morning, everyone. As your sheriff, there's nothing I take more seriously than the public safety and protecting our community. In times of crisis, like the health crisis we are facing now and around the country, we are always looking for ways to balance public safety and the health of our employees and neighbors. I am no different. Today we are taking a small step to reduce the number of people in our jails. As a measure to protect our detention deputies, their families, the remainder of our inmate population, and ultimately our community, with the support of Chief Judge Ron Figueroa, who is standing here with me, we have taken an emergency measure to release from custody 164 inmates who were arrested for low-level, nonviolent crimes. These defendants are the lowest public safety risk and were merely sitting in jail because they could not afford to pay the amount it would take to bond out. These defendants will still have to answer to the charges against them. It is my hope that these individuals will make the most of this opportunity to be with their loved ones, help them prepare, comfort them, and quarantine with them. We cannot risk unnecessarily exposing our deputies to this virus. The federal, state, and local governments are enlisting everyone's help in mitigating the risk of exposure to the coronavirus. We are asking citizens to do their part, and at the Sheriff's Office, we must do our part too, which is why I've taken this step. I also want to be clear, if any of these defendants released from custody because of the low-level nature of their offense in the state of emergency reoffend, we will deal with them in the strictest manner possible. No one should mistake this emergency action as a time to do harm in our community. I want to also make clear that violent offenders who pose the highest risk to our community will remain in jail while they await their due process in our criminal court. As of today, we have no confirmed cases of COVID-19 virus among our jail population. Our detention deputies come to work healthy, and we want them to return to their families and neighborhoods the same way when their shift is over. This emergency action is routinely taken in times of crisis. This is no different than when the Chief Judge and I took a similar action in 2017 when Hurricane Irma was bearing down on Tampa Bay. During this health crisis, we must focus our law enforcement resources on our highest priorities, public safety, and the health of our team are at the top of the list. I want to take a moment to thank Chief Judge Figueroa. He has served this community for many years, and during this health crisis, his leadership has kept our criminal justice system focused and steady. We will be providing you with a copy of the administrative order which enables us to release these individuals shortly after this press conference. At this time, I'll take any questions anyone may have.
What's your goal by releasing them? Just protecting the deputies? Is it getting them, kind of out of that population? Or what's your thought process?
Our goal is all the above. We want to protect our employees here. We want to protect the remainder of the jail population. And we also feel these low-level nonviolent offenders will be better served home with their families, helping them deal with this health crisis instead of being in our detention facilities simply because they don't have the economic means to bond out.
Sheriff, were the inmates, or will they be briefed on proper protocol when it comes to preventing the spread of this virus before they're released?
Absolutely. That they've probably our inmate population has probably gotten more information over the last several weeks about the COVID-19 and how to prevent the spread. When they leave here, they'll be better educated than probably most of our public.
Are they being screened before they leave?
They're not being screened before they leave. We have a healthy screening process that we conduct when they come in, but no one's showing any type of symptoms. There'd be no reason to test them.
Were you seeing overcrowding in the jail? I know that the Pinellas County Sheriff spoke to the fact that the Department of Corrections has suspended transferring inmates right now. Is that part of the reason that you decided to do this?
There's a lot of factors that went into it. That was certainly one of them, but we don't have an overcrowding problem here in our jails. Our jail population is around 2,700 and our capacity is around 3,800, so we have plenty of room. Again, this wasn't done just simply for overcrowding purposes. This was done to protect the detention deputies who work there. This was done to protect the remainder of the jail population. And again, it was done because I feel these inmates who simply couldn't afford to bond out will be better served home with their families, helping them prepare how to deal with the spread of this COVID-19 virus.
Any other questions? Sheriff? What is your message to people out there who are possibly see this as an opportunity to get away with crimes?
And this certainly isn't a message to others that crime will be tolerated in our community. It's just the opposite. I have to thank the other municipalities and chiefs of police in our county that have done a wonderful job of being selective and using discretion on who they should arrest and who should be given a notice to appear. But these criminal charges still have to be answered to. This isn't a free pass by any means. But the municipalities have done a wonderful job. We usually book around 120 to 150 people on a daily basis here at our jails. And yesterday we booked 61. So I think everyone's heeding the warning to help protect, again, our employees and our jail population. And again, during a state of emergency, a declared state of emergency in our county, the last thing we want to do is put anyone in detention. But at the same time, I think the message would be if you commit a crime, you're still going to be held accountable for that crime.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful morning.
Judge, could you speak about how the judicial system is going to handle the near future?
Yes, I issued an administrative order late yesterday afternoon dealing with how we're handling this crisis at our courthouse. Basically, we're limiting our hearings to only those that are mission critical and mission essential, that have time deadlines. We're making use of technology for all civil, family law, and probate matters. Any of those matters must be heard telephonically. So we're trying to limit the people coming to the courthouse, trying to protect the public, trying to protect our employees as well. But the courthouse is open. We are still having court every day. We're using technology. We're working with, especially in our criminal courts, those mission critical phases that we have to take care of: first appearance court, juvenile dependency, juvenile delinquency. So there's an administrative order that got issued late yesterday afternoon, and I thank the Florida Supreme Court for giving the chief judges around the state the authority to act in these trying times. And this is just another example of the great working relationship that we have with our partners here in Hillsborough County, with the sheriff, public defender, state attorney, clerk of the court. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.